Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you all had a very fun New Year's Eve and that your New Year's Day is going good. If you're new here, my name is Caitlin. I've been married to my husband Carlos for 3.5 years and I'm currently 9 months pregnant with our first little baby girl. Her name is Issa, and that's actually where I want to start the video for today. So I have my journal here. I wrote everything down before this video because I feel like there are so many pieces to it that I don't want to miss anything or skip anything. I won't disclose all the personal details of it, but there were a lot of things that happened in the past month and a half that made me think that there was a possibility that she was going to be born today on January 1st, which is a really, really special day in my family because today is my great grandfather's birthday. He passed several years ago, but it's just a very special day in our family, and I thought it would be so sweet if she was born on my great-grandfather's birthday. And there were just all these things that lined up and made it seem like she could be born today. And so I went to bed last night, I packed all of our bags, I had everything ready, and went to bed expecting to wake up and start labor and all of those things. And then I woke up and it was 8:30 and we had no baby, of course. And so I just woke up honestly really disappointed and felt like this was really not a good start to the new year. And I was laying there kind of praying, kind of not. I was more so just thinking to myself, but I was reminded of how 2021 started for me, and it was in a really similar way. Last year, I started the year very disappointed and frustrated because I really, really, really wanted to be pregnant, and it just wasn't the right timing for us yet. And so I spent all of January just not happy. And at the end of January last year, I came to this point where I had to decide that Jesus was enough. That even if I never got what I wanted, even if this dream of having a baby would never come to pass, I had to decide for myself and in my own heart that Jesus would be enough. And so this morning when I was reminded of that, I was honestly annoyed at first because I didn't want that to be enough. I wanted what I wanted. We all have dreams and desires that aren't bad. They can be pleasing to God, but He doesn't always give them to us. And if He does, it's not always in our timing. It's in His timing. And I knew that I could just stay in bed all day and be disappointed and upset, or I could take that as truth for me and realign my heart with what is true, that Jesus is enough. He is the only one who can ever give me true joy, joy that can't be shaken by circumstances. And so I say all that to say, I really felt led to encourage you guys that as you start this new year, set goals, set expectations, dream really big, don't hold back. But I really encourage you, at the foundation of all of that, make sure that Jesus is enough, that even if none of the things that you are believing for or hoping for or praying for this year happen, that He is enough. And I know that that's not an easy place to get to. It took me a lot of work last year to get to that place to really say, you're enough even if I don't ever get this dream of mine. But what I love about it is once you do get to that place where Jesus is enough, He alone is enough for you, nothing can take away your joy. There are two scriptures that have been really encouraging to me yesterday and today. I'll put them in the description box, but one of them says, "The joy of the Lord is my strength," and the other one says, "Those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength." And I love that because as we wait on maybe promises that God has made to us or dreams that we have, if we wait with contentment in Jesus, saying that He's enough even if those things never happen, waiting gives us strength and our joy cannot be taken away. And so I just wanted to encourage you guys with that. As you begin this new year, just remember that you are not walking through life alone. All of us are trying to figure it out. If we're being honest, every year brings something new. Who really knows what's going to happen in 2020? It could be another crazy, chaotic year. I wouldn't be surprised if it was another year like that. But when you're grounded in Jesus, you can still have joy in the midst of all the craziness. So I thought it would be fun to share my word for the year and some goals that I have, and then I would love for you guys to do the same in the comments so that we can be encouraging each other, cheering one another on, praying for one another. If you've never done a word for the year, I really encourage that. It's just a word that you pick for the year that's kind of like your focal point. Like it's where you find your focus for the whole year. So my word of the year is grace, and my verse that it's based on is 2 Corinthians 12:9. It says, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest in me." And I just love that verse, and I feel like this word is so fitting for the year for me, because I am going to become a mom, and I know that it's going to come with, of course, a lot of joyful, happy moments, but it's also going to come with some hard moments. Like, I know that parenthood is not easy, and so I'm really going to have to rely on God's grace to carry me through some of the tough days. I can boast about my weaknesses as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, as a person, because that's when Christ's power is made perfect in me. And so I'm resting in that this year. I want to be generous in extending grace to other people, and I want to give grace to myself and give myself the space to be imperfect and to figure things out as this year goes on. And so that's my word for the year. I have some goals. I didn't set like very specific goals because I don't really know what postpartum is going to be like for me. And so again, I want to give myself some space and some grace to kind of maneuver these things as my body is ready. But I want to eat healthy, exercise regularly, read daily, protect my marriage. For me, that just means like protecting the time that we have together, loving my husband in the way that he desires to be loved, things like that. Date night. Also, I want to protect our marriage by establishing date night, because I know that bringing a baby into your marriage can bring a lot of distraction, and like it can be easy to like kind of forget about each other. So I want to protect our marriage. I want to be present with my family. Something that I'm guilty of is like being somewhere physically, but my mind is like somewhere else thinking about all the stuff I have to do. So I really want to focus on being present with my family. I want to be a light on social media. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that my whole purpose for this channel is to encourage you guys, to lift you up, to bring you joy. And so I want to continue being a light on social media, and I want to be disciplined with time. So I know that there are like faster ways to do the things that I do, and sometimes I just take a long time for no reason. So I want to be more disciplined with time. And so that's my word for the year, my goals for the year. Again, I would love for you to comment what yours are for this year, and I genuinely do pray for you guys. I read every single comment, and I think about you guys all the time. And so I would love for you to leave that in the comments so that I can be praying for you and encourage you. I really hope that you guys have a great start to 2022. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video.